Welcome to your daily news briefing, where we dive straight into the stories shaping our world today. We begin in Angola, where Pope Leo XIV has made a historic visit to the shrine in Muxima. This site is known as a former epicenter of the African slave trade, and the Pope is there today bringing a powerful message of hope and encouragement to the long-suffering people of the region.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Turning now to a heartbreaking development in the United States, officials in Louisiana are investigating a tragic domestic violence incident that occurred across two homes. A gunman took the lives of 8 children, including 7 of his own, in a devastating act of violence that has left an entire community in shock. In a major escalation at sea, President Donald Trump has confirmed that the United States military has forcibly seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship. The vessel attempted to bypass a naval blockade near the Strait of Hormuz, and now Iran is threatening a swift response while condemning the move as an act of international piracy. We are also tracking the latest updates on the mass shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana, where reporter Jason Allen is covering the loss of 8 young victims ranging from 1 to 14 years old. This is a developing situation that demands our full attention. Make sure you stay connected for the full report by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and turning on the notification bell so you never miss a headline. Imagine standing on ground that once echoed with the sorrow of a dark chapter in human history, only to see it transformed by a message of hope. That is exactly what we witnessed this weekend, as Pope Leo XIV made a deeply symbolic visit to the Catholic shrine in Muxima, Angola. This location isn't just a place of worship. It was once a brutal epicenter of the African slave trade, a site etched with pain. By stepping onto this sacred ground, the Pope wasn't just checking off a diplomatic box. He was offering a powerful gesture of reconciliation and solidarity to the long-suffering people of Angola. It's a profound reminder of how faith can confront the shadows of the past to light a path forward. The AP's own Nicole Winfield was on the ground in Muxima covering the visit, and her reporting really captures the weight of this moment. If you want to keep up with these global stories as they unfold, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and join our community. It's worth asking ourselves, can we truly heal the wounds of history without acknowledging the places where they began? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What should have been a quiet Sunday morning in Louisiana turned into a scene of absolute, incomprehensible horror. We are waking up to the devastating news that 8 children have lost their lives in a double home shooting that feels almost too tragic to process. According to officials, this wasn't just an act of random violence. It was a targeted, domestic-focused nightmare. The gunman, a man who should have been a protector, allegedly ended the lives of 7 of his own children, along with another child caught in this senseless surge of brutality. 2 other adults were also shot during this early morning rampage, highlighting how quickly a domestic dispute can spiral into a multi-site tragedy. It's hard to wrap our heads around how someone could shatter so many young futures in a single morning. When we hear stories like this, it forces us to confront the harsh reality of violence hiding behind closed doors. We want to hear your thoughts on how we can better identify the warning signs of domestic volatility before it reaches this breaking point. Please drop a comment below and help us keep this conversation going. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates and keep those affected by this tragedy in your thoughts. Sometimes, there simply are no words for the kind of darkness that visits a community like this. Tensions in the Strait of Hormuz just hit a breaking point. Imagine a quiet Sunday on the world's most critical maritime choke point when suddenly, the U.S. Navy moves in for a high-stakes interception. President Donald Trump has confirmed that the U.S. forcibly seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship, marking the very first time a vessel has been snatched since the new blockade of Iranian ports went into effect just last week. This isn't just about one ship. It is a clear message that the U.S. is tightening the screws on sanctions, daring Tehran to blink. But Iran isn't staying silent. Their joint military command has already lashed out, calling the move a blatant act of piracy and promising a retaliation that will come, in their words, very soon. When you look at the geopolitical map, This is a dangerous game of cat and mouse, where one miscalculation could turn the entire region into a pressure cooker. What do you think the next move in this standoff will be? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep up with the latest updates on this unfolding crisis, make sure to hit that subscribe button. In a world where global trade hangs by a thread, we are witnessing history in the making, and it is far from over. We often talk about tragedies, but today's news is almost too painful to process. A quiet Sunday morning in Shreveport, Louisiana, was shattered by a horrific act of violence that claimed the lives of 8 children. We are talking about kids ranging from just 1 to 14 years old, lives that had barely begun, cut short in an instant. When we hear numbers like this, it is easy to become numb, but we have to remember that each one of these victims was a person with a family, a future, and a story that will now never be finished. This is a devastating reminder of how fragile our sense of safety truly is. Reporter Jason Allen has been covering the scene, working to piece together the context behind this nightmare to help us understand how something this senseless could happen in our own backyard. We know that information like this is heavy, but it is necessary to confront the realities of the world we live in today. If you want to stay informed on the updates as this story develops, I encourage you to follow the CBS Evening News coverage. You can find their full reports on their YouTube channel or via the CBS News app, where they provide the depth and context these stories demand. Before we close, I want to ask you to keep those families in your thoughts. They are going through a darkness most of us can't even imagine. If you find this reporting helpful, hit that subscribe button to stay connected. Remember, behind every headline is a human life, and it is up to us to never let those stories go unheard.